Here are some gel beads from a brand called ACINA. So these are ACINA water balls. They're 7 to 8 millimeters. You get the 2 bottles worth, so you got 60,000 beads per bottle, so 120,000 gel beads. If you're using these for gel blasters, that's a lot of beads, all right? And you get the added bonus of getting the extra hoppers. So if you have top-loading hopper gel blasters, it's nice to have spare ones around because those can break. So that's good to have. So anyway, these are from ACINA, A-C-I-N-A. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you how to soak these properly. So we got 2 different ones here. We got the multicolor and we got the red. I don't have any red ones currently, so that's what I'm gonna use. So what I do typically is I soak them in containers like this. These are just kind of little leftover Tupperware containers, actually from lunch meat. And what I'm gonna do is that I found for 5,000 gel beads, it's about 4 liters of water. We're not gonna do close to that. We're gonna do about 1,000 gel beads and a little over 1,000 with a liter of water, just because that makes it a little easier to do. So actually, no, we're gonna use 500 milliliters, so we aren't gonna do as many, but it's still very easy. So 1 teaspoon is about 500 gel beads, okay? So we're gonna do 2 teaspoons in here, and then we're gonna do that 16.9 ounces, and that should be close to enough. So you don't have to be this exact. If you've got a big enough container and you can use enough water. Oh, see, like that went a little too much, so I'm not gonna put all these in there. All right, I'll put some back in here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add water and I'm gonna soak them for 4 to 6 hours, and then I'm gonna strain off any excess water and they'll be ready to go. So I'm just gonna add water from a bottle because that's easiest for the sake of the video, and get them soaking for that 4 to 6 hours. I'll just leave them overnight because it's night already where I am. So when I come back to these, if there's no excess water at all, then I probably got too many beads in there, and I probably need to add a little water because it's almost impossible to guess perfectly. Okay, so it's better to have a little excess water you have to strain off, because then you know they grew to that 7 to 8 millimeter size. You don't really need to worry about them growing over that. They're not going to. They're not capable of it, okay? So 4 to 6 hours, plenty of water, and a large enough container. So when I check on them in the morning, if they're already like pushing on the lid and there's no water left in there, then I'll need to put some in another container, add some water to both of them, and let them soak longer. So I'm gonna just leave them in an airtight container overnight, and once these are ready to go, I'll come back, I'll show you what they look like, and then I'll talk a little bit more about them. So again, ACINA, A-C-I-N-A, and this is their gel bead set. You get 60,000 in each hopper or grenade, so that's a total of 120,000 beads, which is a lot of gel ball blasting. All right, I soaked these for 4 to 6 hours. These are the ACINA brand gel balls. You can see that they've made it to the proper size. I used enough water, so there's still a little bit of water at the bottom, so that's a good way to know that you got them to the right size if there's some leftover water. And I made sure I had a large enough container and gave them adequate amount of time to grow. So these are good to go, 7 to 8 millimeters, and this is probably about 1,000 that are right here in this container. These can be stored in airtight containers, usually for up to almost probably 2 weeks. So you can definitely store them for a while. Just don't leave them in your gel blaster if that's what you're using them for, because that's not good. They need to be in airtight containers. All right, so check out ACINA gel balls.